Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bikum and welcome to Salam Media. This is the technology show. It is TechByte with myself, Faizel Patel. It is just gone 1 minute past 7 o'clock on this Sunday evening. I take this opportunity to welcome all those listening to us on the various channels of Salam Media. So you can get this broadcast on Facebook, Salam Media, also on Twitter, and also on this particular platform. And don't let's forget YouTube. Remember, you can interact with me by sending me a tweet on at Faizel Patel 143. You can get me on Instagram at Faizel Patel 143. I'm also on facebook.com/Faizel Patel. And if you want to check out some of the reviews and all the other videos that I've made, you can go to my YouTube channel at Faizel Patel. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. As I mentioned, this is the technology show. A few topics to get through today. I really appreciate all the feedback that I've been getting from the listeners. And remember that this particular show is podcast. It is available on Salam Media's YouTube channel and also available on my website, Wired to Tech, also known as faizelpatel.com. So before we go into the tech show, today is Father's Day, and I know it's not right to celebrate only one day as Father's Day. We should appreciate our fathers throughout the year, and if they are alive. But anyway, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I hope that your sons and daughters have spoiled you and given you some unconditional love on this Father's Day. Now, for me, it has been a very difficult Father's Day. And one of the stories that I've written on the Citizen website, you can check it out. It is available on my Twitter handle as well. And it's a very appropriate story because I know there are some people that are going through trials and tribulations in trying to get visitation of their children, to see their children, maybe because for some reason they're not getting to see them. And I've written a story on this, on my trials, tribulations, and challenges to actually see my son. Now, that story is called Father's Day, Spending Father's Day, or after 17 years, I finally get to spend the day with my son. So the title of the story is called Father's Day. After 17 years, I finally get to spend the day with my son. So I don't want to dwell into this because this is a technology show. But if there are listeners or people that are tuned in this evening and you're going through some difficulty getting custody of your children or even just a visitation or a phone call, I hope that this story can inspire you to know that you shouldn't give up because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the master of the day of judgment and he's the one that made it possible. I seen my son last 5 years ago, and after 17 years, like the story of Yusuf alayhi salam, who Yaqub alayhi salam didn't see so for many years, I had the opportunity and I got the opportunity to spend the day with my son, and now he is back in my life and our relationship is stronger than ever. So if you want to check out this story, check out my Twitter handle. It is on there. Or if you want to go directly to the Citizen website, go to the citizen.co.za and search for this particular title. It's called Father's Day. After 17 years, I finally get to spend the day with my son. And let me share your thoughts and comments on what you thought about the article. I've received wonderful feedback from a lot of people, obviously some vitriol and some hate messages, but that shouldn't let anything deter you from getting visitation to your son. There's a lot of hadith and a lot of ulama that have spoken about parents not using children as a weapon against the other parent, and I actually include there as well. So I could have gone a little worse on the other side, but I decided to keep it more balanced and more benevolent without targeting anybody. So please do read it and let me know what your thoughts and comments are. So that article is available, as I mentioned, on the Citizen website. But coming on to the topic at hand, which is technology. We all love technology. It's been a very tech-filled week last week, and we're going to be speaking about Samsung because a lot of people are asking about phones they can buy and what the money can buy or what they may be interested in. So I'm focusing on basically two phones today, the Samsung Galaxy A33 5G and the A53 5G, which puts innovation on full display. Now, we know, dear listeners, that smartphones have come a long way over the last few decades. You've got phones that are so sophisticated, it's just absolutely amazing. Gone are the monochrome screens backlit by sterile white hue or the tiny no-frills displays many phones had in the early 90s and early 2000s. We used to call them bricks. Remember the Motorola's and the Nokia's? Well, today they're getting a little bit bigger, but they're also more sophisticated. Now, today, smartphones come packed with pixel-dense screens that far surpass the first phones to use the Android operating system. Amongst these technological innovations is Samsung providing fully immersive experiences and impressively detailed displays on all on show on the Galaxy A33 5G and the Galaxy A53 5G. Now, these are wonderful devices. Samsung launched them just, I think, about a month or so ago, and they're very, very cost-effective, very good phones with a lot of features. Let's go through some of them. We're not going to go through all of them. Let's come onto the screen. What does MOLED or active matrix, a lot of words here, organic light emitting diode actually do? This awesome display technology in these amazing Galaxy A devices ensure your screen consumes less power, provides more vivid pictures, quality, and renders faster motion responses as compared to standard display technologies. Good for gaming and a whole lot of other stuff as well. So let's speak about sizes. With the Galaxy A53 5G, it's a 6.5-inch FHD plus Super MOLED Infinity O display. So very nice screen there. And then with a 6.4-inch, the Galaxy A33, so it's slightly smaller, sports a smaller viewing area, but not much. You can still experience the same vivid, high definition and true-to-life color screens. So they got wonderful screens, really true to life, and you have to see the pictures to actually believe it. And then the one thing that the gamers would want in a phone is refresh rate. So the refresh rate is basically how quickly things move on the screen, just to put it in simple. So let's come with the refresh rate. The Galaxy A53 comes with a refresh rate of 120 hertz per second. So absolutely brilliant, wonderful, wonderful refresh rate there, and it is absolutely good for gaming. And then your view, as far as viewing on the screen is concerned, what is super innovative display? There are cracks in technology. The Galaxy A53 5G and Galaxy A33 5G are both protected by tough as steel Corning Gorilla Glass. But please don't let that stop you from putting a screen protector. And the reason I'm saying is, check this phone of mine, right? I've got an iPhone. So if you can see in this corner here, check there, there's actually a crack. And I actually dropped this phone about a week ago, and that crack on this side has actually moved right across the screen. Now, I do have a screen protector on here, but if I didn't have, the whole screen would have cracked, and you'd have set you back at least 5, 6, 7, even 8,000 rand. So the first thing I do, dear listeners, is whenever I get a phone, I put the screen protector on it and ensure that you got a cover on. So these will stop the phone from cracking when you drop it, especially the screen, which is very, very expensive. Anyway, let's go on to the Samsung. So coming on to other details of the phones, they are wonderful devices. They also IP67 water and dust resistant, meaning more peace of mind when you head outdoors. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to go into the pool. You could be sitting at your desk like how I am doing, and you've got a glass of water nearby and water falls on it. If it's not water resistant, obviously it will cause some damage. Ensure that you do have, and this one it does have it as well. And then also coming onto the screens, the cameras are absolutely wonderful. These Samsung devices take wonderful, wonderful pictures. So if you are interested in this particular article, there is one on my website at faizelpatel.com, also known as Wire to Tech, or you can just Google it and see these devices. If you are in the market for a new phone, they do have a lot of screen real estate. Now, what do I mean by screen real estate? Basically, if you look at the devices and if you've seen the pictures on the screen this evening, it does have a full screen on there. So basically, the only visible black spot on the screen is a punch hole camera and a little sort of a notch for the camera. So that's where you can take selfies and many other stuff. But it has a very thin bezels on the side, but absolutely brilliant color, and they're wonderful devices. And obviously they have Google as opposed to other devices, but they do really have good specs as well. And the Samsung A series is a mid-range phone, so they cater for all different, starts from the A33, goes up right up to the A70, and wonderful, wonderful devices. Coming on to our next story for this evening. Well, this is something that is wonderful. I'm not promoting this bank in a way, but FNB has been one of the more innovative banks in South Africa as far as technology is concerned. You can do so much on it. Yesterday, my brother owed me some money, and you can actually transfer money from one FNB to FNB, another FNB account using geo payment. So you don't have to worry about doing an EFT or anything. Just bring the two phones close next to one another, and the payment automatically goes through. But that's not what we're talking about. FNB Connect has been named the best digital mobile virtual network operator in the world, not in South Africa, in the world. So this is obviously a big thing for the bank. Over 80 countries are represented at the MVNO's World Congress with 500 MVNOs and over 1,000 representatives. So let's go a little bit into that story. As I mentioned, as banking moves further into the digital age, FNB Connect has scooped a joint first place as the Digital MVNO of the Year Global. Now, MVNO stands for Mobile Virtual Network Operator Awards, revealed at the Congress in 2022. And as I mentioned, over 80 countries were represented. Jacques Saliers, CEO of FNB, said the bank is proud to see FNB Connect recognized on a global platform for its positive impact on the lives of customers. And then another person from FNB, Bradwan Roper, CEO of FNB Connect, says the platform was the first MVNO in South Africa to use the capabilities of a financial services platform. And they go on to speak about that as well. FNB Connect has also been recognized for leading customer satisfaction in independent surveys such as the South African Customer Satisfaction Index over the year. So that is quite exciting as well. And remember that you do have with Fnb Apple Pay as well, is now with Fnb. That is absolutely amazing. What you do is you can use, there's two ways. Sometimes I forget my card at home, or I forget my wallet at home, and I can actually use my phone to tap and pay. Like how you use your phone to tap and pay, you can actually use your card to tap and pay. You can use your phone to tap and pay. You can even use your watch as well. So technology is moving at a fast pace. I think well done to FNB. They've really done a lot of people proud. This doesn't take away anything from the other banks. I just feel that FNB has been more innovative when it comes to technology, and they really got wonderful, wonderful features. Let's go on to the next story. Now, a lot of people will want to move, and this is a topic or question I get asked all the time. Faizel, I don't like Apple anymore, and I don't want to go to Apple. I want to go now to Android, and then you have to worry because all your stuff is stored on the Apple device, and now you want to move it onto the Android device. So basically, I'm going to share with you this evening how to transfer your WhatsApp data. This is very important because one of the things that we always want to do first when we change phones is transfer WhatsApp data from Android to iOS. So I was speaking the other way around, but in this case tonight, I'm sharing it with you how to transfer your WhatsApp data. So if you've got pictures, if you've got saved conversations, if you've got saved chats and many other groups and stuff, if you want to transfer your WhatsApp data from Android to iOS, which is an Apple platform, I'm going to share with you how to do that. So WhatsApp users can finally transfer their app data from an Android device to an iOS device. Now, the popular Meta owner, Meta is the owner of Facebook, right? The popular Meta-owned messaging app, WhatsApp belongs to Meta. Meta is Facebook, so basically Mark Zuckerberg. So the app announced the new features that allows users to transfer their WhatsApp data, including, now listen, this is what you can do: chat history, profile photos, groups, media files, and many others as well. So if you got an Android phone, you're moving to Apple, and if you want to transfer your WhatsApp data, you can do it now because WhatsApp has now built in this particular feature. The company has released the feature on the beta channel, but the full release should be available within the month. So basically, end of June, probably beginning of July. Beta meaning it's still going through testing, but it will be available. So let's speak a little bit of how we're going to be doing it, right? So last year, the company came up with a feature that allows users to transfer the data from an iOS device to an Android device. Now, if you want to obviously check that out, you can go to the search engine and just search for it there. Now, the Android to iOS transfer feature was announced almost 10 months ago. If you want to make use of it, you'll need a brand new or factory reset iPhone. So if you bought an iPhone or you bought it from somebody, reset it to factory settings so that it can go through. You will also have to be using Android 5 and up and iOS 15.5 or newer. That's the software. So make sure that you do have that for you to do for you to transfer all that over. So basically, if you look at a tweet from Mark Zuckerberg, he shared that feature on Facebook. He said, we are adding to WhatsApp the ability to securely switch between phones and transfer your chat history, photos, and many other stuff between Android and iPhone while maintaining end-to-end encryption. Basically, it's secure or private. Now, this is a top feature requested feature. We launched the ability to switch from iPhone to Android last year, and now we're adding it the other way around. So let's go through how you're going to do it, right? Now, if you miss some of the points, don't stress because this particular program will be podcasted and you can get it from there, right? So how to move WhatsApp data from an Android phone to an iPhone. So how do you do it exactly? Users will have to download the latest version of the Move to iOS app to start. So there is an app called an application or an app called Move to iOS app to start. Move to iOS. That's the name of the app. Move to iOS app to start. Number one, open the Move to iOS app on your Android phone and follow the prompts. Number two, your Android phone will prompt for a code. Check your iPhone for the code. Enter the code, tap to continue. Select WhatsApp on the transfer data screen, tap next and continue to begin the data transfer. So it's as simple as that, dear listeners. But like I mentioned, it is not yet available. It is in the beta phase, and hopefully soon, by end of this month, hopefully we should have it. Now, after the steps, you will be required to install the latest version of WhatsApp on your iPhone from the App Store. You need to log into the app using the same phone number and used, and on the Android device, the app will then prompt you to complete the transfer on the phone. This should make switching from Android to iPhone a tad easier. Remember, you can't use WhatsApp with the same number on two phones, so the Android phone will no longer have that number, and the new phone will have that number, but you have to have the latest version of WhatsApp. And if you want another WhatsApp on your Android device, you're going to have to get another SIM card. But if you missed any of these points, don't stress. As I mentioned, we will share it with with this program will be podcast, and you can then have it available and you can check it out there as well. And then finally, coming on to a wonderful story that I've written for the Citizen. Very, very exciting. It does involve Eskom. Now, I'm not talking about load shedding, and load shedding is not going to end. I call them the Dark Lords of Megawatt Park, but we haven't had load shedding for a while, and I'm not jinxing it, but it does involve Eskom, this particular story that I've written, and it's called the Young South African Scientists Bag Awards at Global Science Competition. Now, in school, I was crazy about science, and I used to love science, but obviously, sometimes maybe you'd not be good in science or maybe in maths, and you couldn't take the subjects, but we were all enthused by science because of MacGyver. Do you remember MacGyver, the program on TV, where you used to use the Swiss Army knife and make a plan to get out of difficult situations and use chemicals and a whole lot of different things to make a plan and get out of tight situations? So a lot of people were enticed to take physics and science so they can become like MacGyver. But anyway, we've got two South Africans who are absolutely brilliant. They've scooped some good awards, and I'm going to share them with you. Two young South African scientists have bagged awards in their respective categories at the 2022 Global Youth Science and Technology Bowl, also known as GYSTB, in Hong Kong. So that competition took place in Hong Kong. The first person, one of the youngsters, his name is Jaco Jacobs. He's 17-year-old grade 12 pupil at Outeniqua World School in the Western Cape's Eden Karoo region, received a gold award in the physics and engineering category. Now, Jacobs investigated automated inflation and pressure regulation for recreational and professional cyclists. So absolutely amazing. And then they spoke to him. Jacob said that it was interesting and challenging to participate in the GYSTP, especially it is the global event. And then the second person was by the name of Nicolas Moelman. He is an 18-year-old grade 12 pupil at Word School Volksrus in Mpumalanga's Gert Sipande region. He was awarded the second prize in the biochemistry and chemistry region. And his research, as far as this competition is concerned, addressed both food shortages and the control of alien plants. And I think that at the moment is so important as far as food shortages is concerned, and the expense of food because of petrol price and everything. So food shortages, remember that a huge percentage at the moment of the world are going hungry, especially on the African continent. He investigated whether invasive plants could be used to prevent microbial spoilage of fresh food products. So basically what it's about, to put it in a nutshell, if you've got carrots or something growing in a garden, if there's alien plants, can it destroy the chemistry of that particular products, of this fresh food products? And he said that he's fortunate to have had the opportunity to participate and be rewarded for all the hard work. To quote him, he said, "What I enjoyed most about the GYSTB was a project exchange during which we had time to meet other participants and talk about our projects on the Gather platform." So absolutely amazing there. And then this is where ESCOM comes in. ESCOM Development Foundation Chief Executive Cecil Ramanotsi said the parastatal remains committed to investigating in science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and innovations. They call it STEM. So that's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Those are some of the fundamental and core, sort of subjects and areas that South Africa needs, particularly for the young people in South Africa. Now, to quote him, he says the ESCOM Expo for Young Scientists is one of the many vehicles under the ESCOM Development Foundation that enables us to do this, and we are proud to have made meaningful contribution to this program. Now, for those that want to more information on this, you can check it on the website, or you can check out the story on The Citizen. The GYSTB is an online international student science project competition in biology, chemistry, physics, and engineering in Hong Kong. The competition ran from the 10th to the 12th of June, showcasing global youth scientific achievements and innovation, which aims to promote science and technology. So if you want more information on that, you can go to the ESCOM website and just search for it as well. Now, dear listeners, I mean, this is something very important. I want to share this with you because even my daughter is now in grade 10. She's going to have to make some career choices. And sometimes, unfortunately, we do see that some students or some learners or some pupils are not sort of strong in maths and science. And unfortunately, if you're not strong in maths and science, it's, you may not be able to pursue careers in certain fields like medicine or pharmacy or microbiology or marine biology or whatever, it's veterinarian, whatever it is. But now for the others that don't have maths and science or not, is not one of their strongest subjects, you can always consider other potential, career choices. This could be either law, it could be accounting, it could be journalism. Journalism like myself, but it does come with some, obviously, taunts and stuff, especially when you write stories that don't believe other people don't like. Teaching, I advise my daughter to go into teaching. It's a wonderful career choice. If you do it at the university, you can get employed by the government, and the government got wonderful sort of benefits for teachers. This would include housing subsidies, medical aid, and then also remember, besides the marking of papers and instruction for children, everything, you also get to get holidays, and you get public holidays, and you work half a days, but you still come home and do some work. But again, we need to ensure that our children are choosing careers that benefit them and it will benefit them. Now, entrepreneurial careers like journalism or engineering or technology or technicians, something that you can do from anywhere in the world is very, very sought after. You can be a pharmacist anywhere in the world. You can be a doctor anywhere in the world. You can be a journalist, engineer, everywhere in the world. And the way the world is moving at the moment, as far as technology is concerned, and I'm stressing on this, is because the world is moving so fast at the technological pace that most of these companies like Apple, Samsung, Huawei, Dell, any companies, even Formula One technicians, they're all looking for technicians. They're all looking for technicians, engineering students, and you can even become a Formula One technician or Formula One engineer. But the sky is the limit. You can go where you want. So I know there's a lot of people are in matric, a lot of people are deciding on career choices. Maybe this is something you can look at. So those are the 4 stories that we've covered for today. I really do hope you enjoy them. If there's any questions that you want to put forward through to me, you can go to my Twitter handle at Faizel Patel 143. You can also go to facebook.com/Faizel Patel. And then also, like I said, I do sometimes do some reviews and unboxings. Those are available on my YouTube channel at Faizel Patel. So search for them and please subscribe to the channel. And then also on Instagram, where I post some pictures as well. Instagram at Faizel Patel 143. And as I mentioned, this particular program will be available on the Salam Media YouTube channel. You can get it there, or also it will be podcasted and it will be available on my website at Wired to Tech, also known as FaizelPatel.com. Anyway, we've got about 4 minutes before we conclude the program. Jazakallah once again for tuning in. I really appreciate all the support, and I've received phenomenal support from the Salam Media listeners and the Salam Media team. And also just want to say again, a huge thanks to Ponti Moletsani, the station manager, and Jamshir for allowing me the opportunity to host this tech program on this particular channel. It has been just absolutely phenomenal, and we welcome any support or any feedback from you to, inshallah, enhance this program even further. Once again, happy Father's Day to all those fathers that are being spoiled by their children today. Remember that article that I've written. It's been a very difficult time for me. I am in a space where I just can't explain. I've seen my son after 17 years, and I finally got to spend Father's Day with him. For me, that's a big deal. No amount of money can actually buy that. And to put pen to paper and to share what's in my heart, I actually written and put that onto paper. You can read it on the Citizen website. Please do search for the article. It is called Father's Day. After 17 years, I finally get to spend the day with my son. It is available also on my social media channel. And then finally, dear listeners, one of the things that we need to remember is that nothing happens without the power and the dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The reason I got to see my son after 17 years, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted me this blessing of seeing my son. So I would urge you, no matter what difficulty you're going through, and please also make dua on behalf of the ummah. What difficulties? Women can't give birth, husbands are having difficulty in their marriages or their parents, you can't find work, or maybe financial problems. Well, no matter what it is, the people that are ill, the people that have passed on, please, dear listeners, I'm telling you, I am testament to this, that everything happens only with the will and the power of Allah. And I shared this dua with you, I think, last week. I'm going to share it with you again. This has helped me tremendously. The one thing that I do when I leave home, before I go to work in the morning, is read Surah Yasin. I never leave home, or while I'm sitting in the car, I read Surah Yasin, and I read this dua abundantly. It helped me, and I'm testament to that. Inshallah, it will help you. So it is available on my website, but you can search for it as well. It's called, and goes something like this: Allahu latifum bi ibadi yarzuqu man yasha wa huwa al-qawiyyul aziz. Allahu latifum bi ibadi yarzuqu man yasha wa huwa al-qawiyyul aziz. If you want the details of the dua, check on my Facebook page. I do have the details of it, but it helped me, and inshallah, it will help you to also gain in whatever you need. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless you with abundance of goodness, wealth, barakah, and even hopefully, if you are estranged from your children, will bring you close together as well. So anyway, that concludes the program. From myself, Faizel Patel, and also my engineer for this evening, Brother Sadiq, who's doing a wonderful job there at Salam Media, always assisting from him as well, from all of us here at Salam Media. Please do take care of yourself and each other. Remember to have a productive week and stay safe. Fi amanillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.